Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about fashion, specifically clothing subscription services. Now, I don't know if you guys have tried any before. I've tried a few, and today we're going to be focusing on Nuuly. I just want to share with you guys my experiences with Nuuly, just kind of like the pros and cons, my tips, and also an unboxing. So this will be a little bit longer. I'll definitely have timestamps if you're interested in some things versus others, so definitely check that out. I've used Nuuly for a little over a year. It was actually right before the pandemic. Their service costs $88 for 6 pieces. I'm wearing one now and the rest are behind me. By no means is this a sponsored video. These are my own personal thoughts, my own experiences, and for anyone that is interested in Nuuly or just interested in clothing rental services and what they're all about. Nuuly is based out of the United States, so if you don't live here, unfortunately you won't be able to use their service. They are fairly new. I'm trying to remember where I discovered them. Maybe Instagram, some sort of social media. They actually began in 2019, so it's only been a few years. They're also owned by Urban Outfitters, which is why you'll see brands like Free People, Anthropologie. Those are all under the same family companies. Let's go into the unboxing first. Obviously there's nothing in here because they're all behind me, but this is what it looks like. I think they have about 3 different sizes and this is one of the smaller ones. I've noticed in the winter time when I'm renting out coats, this is a bit bigger. And then the summer where the clothing is thinner, it's in a smaller package. Now it does come with a return label, which you would put right here. They tend to just slip it inside with the clothes and everything is nicely folded and just clean. I haven't really had any issues so far. This has been very durable. It has rained before and it just kind of sat on my porch, and so far no problems. I like this because it's super easy. You just toss everything back in. There's a handle so you could just carry it to UPS. That is the carrier that you'll be using, and everything's all ready to go, especially with the label. You don't have to worry about printing it out if you don't have a printer, and they just make it super easy. But going back into the unboxing, let's talk about the pieces that I rented this month. I downloaded the app, which is very helpful. Definitely recommend that if anyone is interested or you're using this and you don't always want to go on your desktop. It's just so easy to navigate and you can see your closet, your profile. If you need to pause something, cancel your subscription, it's very simple. Also customer service as well. But starting off with the dress I'm wearing, I actually wore this in a video, but for the most part you guys can't really see what I'm wearing, only up here. And that's about it, which can be a little unfortunate when I do beauty videos. This dress that I'm wearing is from Free People. I got an extra small. It's called the Glow Up Midi Dress. What I love about this dress, and what I wouldn't typically buy, which is why I like subscription services for clothing, is that this print I wouldn't necessarily go for. I do like puffy sleeves, but it's more so the print. I really do love the silhouette. There's a cutout in the back. The puffy sleeves are quite puffy. They're actually just a little bit too long for me. But just looking at the model, it kind of seems like that's just how the style is. But I love the tie in the back. Overall, this dress has a lot of great reviews. It also has a tie around the bodice, which is really nice, just to make it fit better around your body. Overall, I really enjoyed wearing this dress. I've worn it a few times when I got a Korean barbecue, when I did videos for you guys. It's just been a good dress to wear, and I've definitely worn it more than a couple times. The next piece I have is the Polaris bustier top from Urban Outfitters. I got a size extra small, and this is actually something I would gravitate towards. Now I probably should have gotten a small because it's just a little too tight. I really do like the hook and eye details in the front. That's how you get in and out of it. It is cropped, so I like wearing it with a high-waisted skirt like this one from For Love and Lemons. And overall, it's just a great piece to wear in the evening, just to layer it with a blazer. I've only worn this once or twice just because I don't have too many pieces that are high-waisted enough that I feel comfortable wearing it with, but I do think it's a really great piece. Have you guys noticed all of the knit tank tops that are out there? This one really caught my eye. One, it's light gray. I don't typically buy that color. It's called the Bridget Sweater Top by Lina Dot. Again, I got an extra small. This size actually fits me pretty well. It's a little tight under the armpits, but maybe I'm just not used to having something so close to my armpits, but I like the stitching. I just wear it with some jeans and call it a day. I have like 11 Hate for Rompers. I think they're so cute. I used to wear them more often, but then I realized they're not the most comfortable, especially if they're not catered for someone who has a longer torso, but this one worked out really well. It's called the Macy Lounge Romper by Rustic in size small, which fits really nicely. Now this is a knit, a cream. It has tie straps, which is the reason why I can actually wear it and it's like not too uncomfortable around the crotch, which is the main reason why us with long torsos have issues, is because it just like rides up and it's so uncomfortable. But this is so cute, definitely on the shorter side. I feel like most rompers kind of are, but I really do like this. Again, even just under the name, it's called a lounge romper. Fits really well with that name, just very casual, and I really like the button detailing. Then we have this beautiful lavender dress, which unfortunately I didn't get the chance to wear. It even has the tag on it. You guys will notice if you try out Nuuly that a lot of pieces that you rent out will have their tags, which is so interesting. And yes, you can cut them off. That's totally okay. I actually spoke to customer service about it. I kind of felt bad taking it off, but you definitely can, which is so nice because you're like, oh wow, this hasn't been worn, or it's so brand new, which is, I don't know, sometimes exciting when you're the first one to wear it. But anyway, this dress is called the Set and Lace Slip Dress from Keepsake. I got an extra small, which fits beautifully. I'm kind of stuck between extra small and small. Sometimes I fit small and extra smalls are just too tight around the waist. But this one fit really nicely. I originally got this dress because I was going to some lavender fields and I just kind of wanted a backup dress just in case my first dress didn't work out. But it ended up working out. But this is a beautiful dress. I love the lace detailing going around on the torso. It has a beautiful cow neck in the front, and honestly I wish I got a chance to wear it, but this has been such a crazy month and unfortunately I didn't get to. And lastly, the dress that I wore the most. You guys have probably seen it in the last couple of videos and photo shoots. If you follow my social media, you definitely have seen it. This by far is my favorite dress. I'm kind of contemplating if I should buy it, but it's called the Silky Slip Dress by the Fifth Label in size extra small, and this fits beautifully. Although the straps aren't adjustable, there is a tie in the back, which is part of the straps, where you can adjust, and that was such a lifesaver because it just made it fit my body so much better. And I love when people keep those things in mind, because just because a small may fit me, for the most part it may not fit me perfectly everywhere. I love this shade of yellow. It's just really subtle. It's just so beautiful, and it's also on the thicker side. Most slip dresses, especially the more vintage ones, they are quite thin and you feel like you can totally see through it no matter what the color is. And this one has more substance and it's just overall thicker, but not too thick where you can't wear it for a summer event. And that's my unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed that segment. I love renting dresses and coats specifically, just because that's when you can test out different styles, silhouettes, colors, prints, and that's where I like to have more fun and not have it be too much of a commitment on your pocket and also your closet. Let's talk about the pros and cons of Nuuly. What I love about Nuuly is that there are a lot of brands that I really enjoy, whether I buy them personally or that I'm just interested and they're on my wish list. And some of these brands can be quite expensive, and this is where you could really test them out, see if you really like them, and then eventually make that commitment. For example, you can rent out brands like a Goldie, Paige, DL 1961. Those are 3 denim brands that are more on the expensive side, like you're paying 3 figures and up. And that got me really into specifically a Goldie, which eventually led me to buying a Goldie. And it just allowed me to try out their silhouettes, maybe some of the popular ones that I've seen on social media, see if it fits with my body type, and then either making that commitment or passing and trying on another brand. And there have been some pieces that I've rented and I've bought. And I've also read from other reviews that people will just keep renting them again and again, or when spring comes along or when summer comes along, they'll just rent that dress or that skirt again. If there's something that I'm wearing so much within 30 days, I'm more than likely to buy it, especially if it's a more classic piece. I bought a sweater from them, a dress, I think mainly like sweaters and dresses. But the thing is, what they don't talk about enough is when you go to My Nuuly, you'll see all the pieces that you rented, and then there'll be a breakdown of the discount that they can offer you if you were to purchase from them, which you should totally do that, guys, especially these more expensive brands like a Goldie, like Paige. Definitely check that out. I got a sweater from Simonette. It's the white one that I've talked about before. Love that sweater. Definitely more on the expensive side, but I was able to get a deal because I directly got it from Nuuly versus going on the brand's website. Typically you can get 15 to 50% off, which is crazy to me on some of these brands. The second pro, if you don't send the package back on time, it's okay. And you don't have to pay a fee like some other subscription services, which that's what happened to me last month. I was trying to photograph some pieces and things were getting delayed, so I wasn't able to send it out. But here's the thing, they will charge your card that's on file for the next package. So although the package won't get sent out because you still have the one prior, just know that your card will be charged, and obviously you want to get that second package out as soon as possible. I've noticed if you send back the package 2 to 3 business days before the due date, that's more than okay, and you have enough time to get that next package for the cycle to start again. I encourage you guys to send the package earlier, mainly because if there are pieces that you know that are popular and that your size always runs out every time you want to add it to cart, do that sooner than later, because once you send that package, even if it's earlier before your due date, you can start and get your next package. So you're almost like ahead of the game and maybe a little more ahead than everyone else. Third pro is that customer service is great. I've spoken to them a few times. I actually just speak to them on their website, not on the phone, and they have been so helpful and they answer all my questions, any concerns that I have. This one is really important to me because some companies have some really great products, but their customer service is not that great and it doesn't make it almost worth it to shop through them. But it's not the case with Nuuly. Let's get into the cons, starting with the first one. Now, you can pause on certain months. Maybe you don't want to shop, maybe it's a financial reason, maybe it's just like not a good month. I tend to skip the winter months and like right before spring because for whatever reason their selection, it's a bit lackluster and I feel like I've seen everything. I find their pieces in the spring, summer, and fall more interesting. There's more variety. I feel like I could find something that I would actually wear, whereas winter, not as much. You'll notice whether you're on the desktop or on the app, you can scroll all the way to the bottom and find the end, which is not always the case with some websites where you feel like you're just going on and you'll never be able to see everything that's there, but you can with Nuuly. But something I have noticed, especially this past spring, is that they're adding more and more styles, which makes it more exciting, which makes me more interested in coming back. My second con is sizing. It can be quite tricky, especially when there are so many different brands and they all have their own sizing. Now here is what I would do. One, check out the reviews. I try to leave a review on the pieces that I wear, hoping that'll be helpful for others. I always read those reviews. They are so important. I love when people get into detail or they submit their photos because it makes it really helpful. Now another thing that I would do is, let's say you're interested in a Goldie. That's a really great brand. So a Goldie, their sizing, you tend to have to go 1, maybe 2 sizes down in their denim. Now, not everyone would know that unless you're familiar with a Goldie. And you wouldn't really know that based off of Nuuly because it's not like they have their size charts or for every brand, they don't do that, which I totally get. There'd be a lot of information on their website. So what I would do is go directly on that website's brand, check their sizing charts so you have a better understanding of what size to get. Because let's say you get a size small and you're actually an extra small, you can't return it. You're kind of just stuck with it for the rest of the month, or you just have to make it work. And unfortunately, that's one of the cons. So definitely check out the reviews and go directly on the brand's websites for any help. And the last part are my tips. This is what I learned in the last year and a half. Number 1, if you lose your return label, guys, it happens, especially since they kind of just put it with the clothes. What I like to do is, once I get the package and it arrives at my house, I change that label. So the label that was given to me to go to your house, I put the return label and replace it immediately. So then when it comes time at the end of the month to send it back, you're not like, oh my gosh, where's that return label? Because it's already in place, it's in the pouch, and it's ready to go. Tip 2, like I said earlier, return sooner. And that's only because if there are pieces that you're interested in and every single time that new month comes, that piece is never there, or at least not in your size, that's the reason. The sooner you return it, the more likely you'll be able to get that piece that's super popular. You'll notice pieces go fast, so once they give you that confirmation through your email that they received it, go right in and order your pieces. Tip 3, I like to heart all the pieces that I might be interested in. So while you're scrolling and you're going through every category, maybe going through all the brands, you might as well save some time and heart the pieces that you might be interested down the road. Maybe it's for a Christmas party, maybe it's for a wedding, whatever it may be, it's just nicely organized in your closet. At the top, you can switch it to see what's currently available. So when you go back to your closet and you see all the pieces that you've hearted and you kind of want to know, okay, what's available in the moment, you just turn that on and then you see that list, which is so helpful. Tip 4, if you have any problems with your piece, maybe it arrived ripped, no button, maybe a zipper is not working, contact customer service as soon as possible. Take your pictures, they will handle it immediately. That actually happened to me early on when I was testing out Nuuly, and I didn't do anything about it, but when I spoke to customer service later on that month, they were like, oh, we could have done something about it, given you a new one and sent it out to you immediately. So I just want to let you guys know, just because that piece might arrive damaged, don't think that you just have to deal with it. Although I did deal with it in the moment, but that button was not that bad. And my last tip, tip 5, if you want to pause for a month or two, here's the thing. The month before that you have the package, you need to send that package back and they need to have it with the tracking before you can pause your account. Does that make any sense? Like, you can't pause it ahead of time. So for example, I'm going to pause it for the month of August, and I know that already. You know, I'm just gonna take a little break. But I can't pause it now because I have all the pieces. So I totally understand on their end as a business move, because if they didn't have that feature, then people would probably just hold on to it. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. If you know you wanna pause it for a certain month or multiple months, just know you can't click pause until you send it back. And that was my breakdown of Nuuly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, the unboxing, my review, pros and cons, tips. I really hope this was helpful. If it was, definitely like this video and subscribe to this channel for more fashion and beauty content. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye!